All right, next is team number 19. Their starter today was a crab salad. The crab salad came across very nicely. Clean lines on the plate, some vibrant colors, clean flavors that worked very nicely together. However, the garnishes were a little bit heavy. There was an avocado fan that was a little clunky, rather thick slices, and then also kind of a tomato fan, kind of the edge of a tomato that was added to the plate, which we thought was unnecessary. Perhaps just stick with the single garnish, the avocados, but slice the fans a little bit thinner for a more delicate edge to the plate. And then also back off on the overall quantity of food on the plate, just a little bit over full. Moving on to the entree, which consisted of lamb chops at the center of the plate. Those had deep caramelization. In fact, one of the two was over caramelized and was, arguably a little burnt on the surface. And then also the Frenching of the ribs could stand to be a little bit cleaner. Spend a little bit more time. It's really just probably another 30 seconds or so to get off the last bit of gristle, because once that cooks up, it darkens and it really stands out against the white bone. It becomes very obvious to the consumer. The doneness, was very nice at about a medium, and the sauce on the plate was clean in flavor, had a nice lasting finish, and was again, a nice accompaniment to the lamb chops. The butternut squash risotto was overall nicely done. The butternut squash flavor came through nicely, but overall it could use a little bit more salt. Now again, keep in mind when you're dealing with the starch component on the plate, that salt is your friend to bring up that excitement. And then also, on the mushrooms, you had the nice flavors of the mushrooms coming through, but overall a little bit more salt would be helpful. An additional facet of flavor, I think, would also be helpful, such as some fresh herbs. Thyme, for example, would be a nice complement to the earthy woodsiness of the mushrooms. And then the last component on the entree plate I'd like to mention is the julienne, the red pepper star that was in the middle of the sauce, facing the guest, and that just seemed to be out of place. I think if we eliminated that, that would be the distraction that was on the plate, and so that was just an extra that kind of jumped on the plate for some reason. Moving on to the dessert, which was a technically interesting item here. At least looking at the description, it was a layered chocolate affair, white chocolate, dark chocolate, in a tower configuration, again, at least according to the description on the menu. What appeared on the plate, however, was a little bit different in terms of being a little bit rough around the edges. I think if we also pare down the quantity of the food, that would be appropriate here. There were 2 scoops of the chocolate component, which was about twice as much as we need. And so again, I think we have the basic components of a solid dessert here, but just a little bit of finesse, a little bit of reconfiguring of this plate will bring some great improvement to it.